Seems to be having some sort of loading problem? What's going on? Are we okay? That wait at the start is supposed to stop this from happening. We all good now? Alright. Well. Hi there, Sayaka. I need to go investigate your murder. Fun. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we talked to anybody last time. That happened, and then we stopped. You.
What should I do?
Someone got right in front of us, thing. Hey, Fumi? Consciousness has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait a moment. Yeah, that's a lot to deal with, huh? I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. And I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff. But she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check. After those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that.
Huh?
Huh? Hold on. Hold on, just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means...
What?
Everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever? It's really real?
Let me out of here!
Hell no, someone save me. Somebody help.
What's your problem?
You're just now accepting that? I imagine just about everybody's gonna have a variation on a theme here. Let's check with Kyoko.
Hey.
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty, so nobody can disturb the area, right? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey.
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no, we can't just leave him there alone.
What?
Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. Fuck you!
So then...
Fine then, I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Thank you, Sakura. Two-player co-op face-to-face with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you.
But...
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. Okay, so it sounds like we need to make our way to... Actually, no, we got another button. There's like a... Monokuma report in here somewhere, right? There's also a report card that I didn't actually check out. I got an SP up from her. Okay, that's what that stuff is. I still starting stuff. You're right! I'm an idiot! I was distracted by people saying shit wasn't working, so I didn't know if I needed to have it gone or not. There we go. Sorry about that. Oops. Okay. Right. Now, however, where is that Monokuma report? That's a call log. I can use the F key scares me. Maybe I don't need it.
Just a second.
Hold on. Huh? Before we begin the investigation, if there's something else we need to discuss? Oh, yeah. Oops.
Huh? Don't fuck with me.
Anyway...
We're gonna find out who the killer is. Because if we don't, we're all gonna die here. But now I'm confused.
What the heck?
Tina? Hate this, but still we don't have a choice. You have to figure out who did it, or else we're all dead. Celeste?
Oh.
So you finally noticed.
What the crap?
Notice what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual.
Huh?
What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm.
Ah!
She's right. Then, could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it.
So then...
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final decision. And if we get this wrong...
So...
Well, do I really have to say any more?
Actually...
I'd rather you didn't, no.
Goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. And just like Kyoko, who was gone before we realized it.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I better head to the scene of the crime. That's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now and they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking
they
dead.
better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious. I will fuck them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? And we're gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
Anyway...
Don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. Hey, what are you implying?
This is very suspicious.
It was you. I'm telling you, it really wasn't. Don't come any closer, you're gonna kill me next. I don't like her. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. I'm not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. May at least check just to be sure. Even if we wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh yeah?
You're still oddly conscious given what's in the background of his shot right there. Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go off yet. You have to hear me out. But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. And their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will...
Execution is... execution. Execution! Electric chair! Zzz, zzz, poison gas! Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane!
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Maizano. Time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. Hiccup. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have just suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find out the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Monokuma file has been added to the truth bullets of your handbook. And it's here? Okay, now I have some of these. And that's just gonna say the same thing. So she got stabbed in the abdomen and her right wrist appears was fractured. She died in the bathroom at 1:30 a.m. Alright. Sorry, Junko. I guess let's head to my room. for blood. I could probably just warp there. But let's walk so I can remember the area. First of all, I need to head to the scene of the crime. We won't make any progress without investigating there. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. Good luck sleeping here ever again. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. There's a key on the ground with my name on it. This is room key. We'll have to trade keys. When we switch rooms, we switch keys. So Sayaka would have had the key in my room the entire time. But if that's true, then how'd the killer get into the room in the first place? Could she have forgotten to lock the door? No. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it, or open it for any reason. Maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something? No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And of how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around, so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms. Sword. The replica's sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I wouldn't be surprised if it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off in parts of the blade and the handle. Handle especially is missing a lot of it. I remember it sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. Okay, so wherever that thing impacted, there should be some gold coating. The display stand it was on. Its sheath is over there. Some scratches on the sheath. They were made of something sharp. Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. If going to attack someone with it, the first thing you do is unsheath it. Heavy one like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on it? Alright. The lint roller looks like there's way less than there was before. Did she see how dirty my room was and decided to clean it up a little? That doesn't quite make sense. Whoever was here probably gave it a cleaning themselves. Because if you're trying to hide evidence, that's one of your only tools you can use. Notepad's here. It's not relevant though. Toolkit's still here. I don't see any evidence that's been used. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Seriously. Oh, Mondo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
Not just me. Nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way...
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet. Cause, like, why the hell would we? Okay. Gouge is in the bed, like someone attacked it. What the hell happened? Gouge is in the floor. Evidence of the struggle. Must have been some kind of fight. It's right there in the other room if only I heard something. That would not have been possible. Don't you remember? All our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you and there's no way you could know.
Well,
Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies, crafting an ideal setting for murder. Right. Ones on the wall aren't any different? Nope, okay. Yep. Hi, Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area. But...
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
Contacts would be awful to have in this particular scenario, because you would need new ones, like all the time. Glasses are about the only thing you could really get away with. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen,
"Are you a clean freak?" No, I don't think so. But what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. What do you mean?
so...
I searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one from the victim, not one from you, even though you've been living here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. Looked like the lint roller had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka? Or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Makoto's room cleanliness has been added to the truth bullet section. Okay. So in that case, it must be a hair color that isn't either Makoto's or Sayaka's. Which at this point in time is basically everyone. But I don't know, maybe there's a unique one. Okay, into the bathroom. On the other side of this door. I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up right now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She lost everything that made her her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up, to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. Alright. Water for the showers gets turned off at night time. Nobody touch the soap. I looked past her to the wall behind her, and there I saw... Huh? Written in blood with the numbers 11037. Okay. Did Sayaka do this? I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but... now's no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. Looks like a kitchen knife. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? The kitchen. Definitely something I should look into later. According to the file, her right wrist is broken. It looks swollen and bloody, that's for sure. It's got gold on it too, so it looks like she was hit with a sword. Something sort of glittery on her wrist. Right there where it's all swollen. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me. Some blood on her left index finger. But that's it. Palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, it must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? It's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. Killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. But they didn't use the sword, they used a knife, so that sword is probably blunted, which is why whenever it hit her wrist, it broke it. Whoever used to kill her, where'd they get it? Yep. Okay. I wanted to look into things. I'm not allowed to, though. Okay.
It would seem.
It looks like you found it. Right, Makoto? The bloody numbers? That's most likely Sayaka's dying message. I'm always curious if those are just things that I can hit
It would
there,
seem-
or if there's any reason to go past them. Dying message. What do you mean by that?
So.
Something a victim writes before they die, usually as a way to tell people who killed them. But generally, whoever writes it doesn't make it totally obvious. They'll either write it somewhere the killer wouldn't notice, or write it out in code or something. That's pretty incredible.
Hey.
Have you ever heard of Ellery Queen? Who?
Whew.
Never mind.
It would seem.
I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. And it's as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So.
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her, it means she must have wrote them by turning on only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be?
Well,
Think about it. You're not gonna tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. No idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not gonna tell me. It sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means. But honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who's better than the ultimate programmer?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? You mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. Bathroom door frame has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the door. It's sideways. The doorknob. What the heck? It's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem.
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. Why would someone want to do that?
So.
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought. Then apparently struck with a sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, Sayaka, last night, when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is, only you and Sayaka knew about it.
Hmm?
Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I get the sense that she was really starting to get into all of us.
I see.
Then that clears that up. What clears what up? I'm lost.
Goodbye.
See you later. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Bathroom doorknob. I don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. Start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also into the DVD Sayaka got. But for dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. On top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is.
By the way,
I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. That's possible.
you son of a bitch!
Dirty bastard.
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking dead.
So if I ever find a son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in. But what if it was a girl?
Yo.
That'll all get sorted out when the time comes. Right. Any insight, Sakura? Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey,
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Thanks. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. Well, at least you're not giving me a death sentence. That's not right. This is my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. This is Sayaka's room, but the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates on the room are switched. All the effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? Dorm nameplates is added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Honestly, what's worse? Sleeping in the room where your friend died? Or sleeping in their room? Hi.
seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Weird. Hifumi? Very strange. Mr. Naegi, what was Miss Paisano doing in your room? Let me just say this.
Most suspicious.
I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Also, how do you allow me to do that? I think I saw a big garbage can. Yeah, right here. Alright, I'll look at the big gate. Sturdy gate with no way to get past.
Monokuma appears!
It's the end of the line! The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How'd you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further!
No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
Yep. Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
Alright. This is stupid. It'd be faster just go around and ask the others.
No, you can't go any further!
I get it! Cleaning duty has been added to the truth bullet section. I want to look at this. Hatch on the floor. The door won't budge, it must be locked. Button. Some kind of switch. I wonder what it does. Can't push it. Let us leave. You mentioned allowing people. Are you on cleaning duty? Look for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty. As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. If I had someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I hadn't had a chance to get started. Since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room.
Here we go!
Of course. It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. To do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key. What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave it open all the time so we can throw things in whenever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So in other words...
Actually. Anyone who kills a fellow student becomes black and will graduate unless they're discovered.
So that's it.
That must be why. If anyone could go in and out whenever they wanted, destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill will disappear and things will become boring. Boring.
Hey, listen!
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard!
Hey, fatty. Why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyway?
Oh,
I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. Well, what's the big deal?
You...
A liar. I know why you did it.
Is it, like...
You want to dig through all the girls' trash, looking for, and poking around at it.
there's no way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
What are you talking about? All my love is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kind of trash stickers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D and then turn to...
Completely unforgivable.
I would never get tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily chose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? If you're so worried about his questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whatever guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany him from picking up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? Not how it's supposed to. Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What? So now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from my past trauma, save the village, or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around.
You got it.
That was easy. So Fumi and I headed down to the trash room. Yes, I would like you to open the gate. You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. He said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living and get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, just please hurry up. Leave it to me. He can pull the key out of his pocket and use the flip switch next to the gate. And then...
Mr. Naegi! Without a doubt.
Surely you're not planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend. You planned this all along. No. I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Maybe a parallel world. Whatever. Let's just hurry and keep looking. There's a bloody something. Something on the ground. Burnt piece of something. Like a hunk of brand love. Anyway, this is a piece of cloth, and the shape, part of a sleeve from a button-up shirt. Now that I look at it, it's definitely blood on the cuff, which means lots of some of the evidence of the killer destroyed. Lots of people here have white button-up shirts. None to figure out who the killer is. It's something, though. Broken something. Shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. Used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Is that... Do you know what this is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on a big city street corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on the quest to find that one guy. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? Only one person it could be. It should still be in the gym. I better go find out for sure. A crystal ball. We do have the ultimate psychic, don't we? Huge trash can. Is that where you're supposed to put whatever trash we can't burn? Whatever it's for, it doesn't look like it's hiding any clues. But it was hiding a Monokuma coin. Incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. Get 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now. See the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
Pretty simply, you press the green button to get going and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave. Someone turned it on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. When were you last down here?
Is it a fairy?
Yes, maybe it was a fairy. Do you realize what you just said?
Huh?
The fairy. No, the last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Yes. About that, there can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has a key to open the gate...
Most suspicious.
It should be impossible for the incinerator to be on. But So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? Alright. Whole thing's quite strange indeed. When I was here last time, the incinerator was off and the glass shards and burnt clothes weren't.
Completely unforgivable!
What does it all mean, Mr. Naegi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me?
That's it! I'm sure of it!
Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Okay, so... I guess they threw this... turned it on. I guess it would have also had to have thrown the clothes too. Only it didn't quite land right? But that's 30 feet away, which is one hell of a throw. I guess they only found one thing to toss though, otherwise they would have turned it off, right? Surely. Green button turns it on, yellow button turns it off. Yeah. Okay. So whoever did it, did so without... I don't know. In the area? Yeah. Let's go talk to him about that crystal ball. Anybody in the dining hall? I feel like I should check. Hey there, Hina. Are you investigating the dining hall? No, I'm taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue about what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps keep me calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kinda hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night, when Sayaka was killed. Do we have further questions? Oh, this is our room? Okay. That's a lot. Bunch of vegetables all piled up. I don't see anything noteworthy. Except for this Monokuma coin. Tab. Tab did nothing. Oh, over there. Gotcha. Not the note though? All kinds of kitchen knives, big to small. One of them's missing. Was it from the very beginning? I better see if anyone here knows more about it. Kitchen knife set. Well... Hina's right outside. If she just hangs around in the kitchen most of the days, then she'd see people going in and out of there. Did you notice one of the kitchen knives is missing?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird. I thought it was kinda strange, a knife is suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning.
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember they were all lined up, in a nice neat row. So when you notice one of them has... So when did you notice one of them disappeared?
Well...
Went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea? Yeah. In other words, you were right here in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure, you can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. I can't pronounce her name. Account has been added to the truth bullet section. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? No, I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean...
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, but you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Hina, too. Have I been using the coins? There's a gacha machine that I've been feeding into. Same thing. Okay, they said he was still in the gym. Let's stop by here. Feed the machine. Acquire presents for better times to get spent on people who hopefully won't die immediately. Investigation be damned, it's time. Cat and Dog magazine. Another rose thing. Oops. This button. Hopefully the next able to talk with people time doesn't immediately get one of them killed. Sayako is kind of forced, but the other two are still alive. If that matters. At all. Which I don't know if it does. You. Hey Hero, can I ask you something? Yeah, you're freaking out. Snap out of it. Huh? Ah, Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Does this look familiar? It's my crystal ball. It's all smashed, what the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break?
What?
Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. Whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was it seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So, you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you. Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Shattered crystal ball. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I was afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million. $1 million. It's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. It's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. The two that I went and talked to outside of the Sayaka one were Kyoko and Sakura. Do you have anything to say about this, Hero? Or Chihiro? Whichever one.
Huh?
Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She read it, the number is 11037. Do you have any idea what the numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? No. Okay. So what do I got here? There was a struggle. Replica sword was used. Switched rooms. Toolkit hasn't been touched. It was clean. Wrist broken. Door flame, nameplate. Your account. Trash duty, incinerator, burnt shirt piece, shattered crystal ball. Where's Kyoko? Maybe she can help me out. Oh, there's something in the dining hall now. There's also something in Sayaka's room. Alright. Let's go to Sayaka's room proper then. Sewing kit, organ map, nothing useful. There's the DVD. Should probably see what that is. Shouldn't be anything else in here, right? The table? Nope, trash can. Of course. Of the two that I talked to, Kyoko seems to be investigating things, and Celeste already slammed me with an accusation, so I don't know if that matters. which is fun. How dare you? Okay, AV room. That's this way. The more I physically walk around, the less I'm likely to be totally lost. And the gods know I need it. Where's the player? Let's check it out. Image slowly appeared. Looked like some kind of concert. Standing on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there, along with the friend she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept. That she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice that come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Now are you gonna have Sayaka replaced by someone? Because that would certainly freak her right the fuck out. Suddenly the screen went dark. And in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. They all fell over. Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which is now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls, who all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart.
Okay, so you just made it look like that without her they couldn't handle themselves? I would have gone with replacement. But that's fine.
None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
If it was already in pieces, though, what reason does she have to need to leave? It would devastate her emotionally, but she really wouldn't have a reason to go out and kill anybody. It's not good motivation. Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group, everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say even he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far?
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial!
I hope I found everything.
Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. Know where I have to go. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you're afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can now reveal the details of Makoto's crime. Come on! So they really are convinced I did it. But I didn't. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then, please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Whatever else gets figured out in here. Because one of the things is that those doors just cannot be fucked with in any way, shape, or form. So she would have had to have opened it. Because she also had the key inside. So why? Kyoko, help me out. Let's get started. Sakura, anything helpful to say?
Hey,
No point in standing around until you're resolved to step into the future. Okay, fine. Got anything? Did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence?
What the heck?
Can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now. You're gonna say something accusatory. If I hear it now, though, it might help me for whatever's about to happen. Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her. Impressive. Okay, you're just... you say one thing. Okay. You're in the way.
I'm sorry.
In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? I don't think we have a choice. I guess I have no choice but to get on his elevator.
well then.
Let us begin.
Yes.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No. Scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. It's Sayaka's honor. I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try to give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on there. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box ascended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yoo-hoo!
Hurry up now, hurry up! We did what he said and found our seats. That doesn't look like a seat to me. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. Set up so everyone could see everyone else. It also made it be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. There are pictures of X's on them. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Things are getting real deadly here. Is that skills? I have skills. Melodious voice increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Affected during the bullet time battle. Cost 3 SP. That's all I got right now, so sure. I have a lot of SP, but nothing to use it on. This is all the stuff I know. Details of her death, evidence of the struggle, the sword, its sheath. The fact we switched rooms, my untouched cool toolkit. The cleanliness, the wrist, dying message. The door frame, the doorknob, the nameplates, kitchen knife. Her account, trash to the incinerator, burnt shirt, and shattered crystal ball. Okay. Trial time.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
Excellent question.
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Right.
Penetrates?
You calm the fuck down.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate's about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Thank you, Starship Troopers. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Alright. Pay close attention to what each character's statements, and use your truth bullet to each character's statements, and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Good luck and have fun. Make my argument. Evidence for the struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
That's kinda slow.
The murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
And it moves on its own.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance
What?
to resist.
God, no.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
I'm going to assume Sayaka and whomever killed her.
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Duh.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
No.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Kitchen knife, it seems.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
That... Your reality confuses me. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. The Monokuma report says it was something sharp and
So
pointy.
what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Uh-huh.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Kinda sorta, but
That's wrong.
here's a specification.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Alright.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Come on, dude.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
Hey.
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Thank you, Kyoko.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
You shut up.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down. You can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge. If this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time. Well then, good luck, have fun. Make your argument. Her account. The fact that I did not go into the kitchen while she was there.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
No.
You did it in secret. Nobody...
No, that's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Thank you, Hina.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
I really don't like you.
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
And the accomplice will still have to die?
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Thank you, Monokuma.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife.
Alright.
So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina, who came into the dining hall?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
Thank you, Sakura.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Go on.
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos.
I wasn't really thinking. I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
As airtight as either one of you can actually do so, assuming one of you isn't an accomplice. But, sure, thanks.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Nope.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
Calm down, Taka.
But I'm a girl.
Taka, you idiot.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Junko or Sayaka?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka. So the person who took the knife from the kitchen was... well, it has to have been her.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
Okay.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No! You're wrong!
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
Was there a third weapon mentioned anywhere that I didn't notice? If so, I'm in trouble.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Cleaning up all of his hair?
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes, because I don't know what that is. As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim, press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong ones, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Good luck and have fun. Oh no, I'm bad at these. The bully game told me so. I think I should have been at the scene but wasn't. Just figure out what that something is. Four-letter word, third one is I. I said I'd hear one, so... H? What? I had to shoot him multiple times. Okay. That worked. That worked too. Out of the way, I.
Now I understand! That's right! There wasn't a single hair on the floor!
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
And luckily, whenever everybody else walked into there, they weren't shedding, I guess.
Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Should I lower the volume on the music just a tad?
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Seems fine. Okay.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
Yes, they did.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Struggle to get into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is something I need to use the keyboard for. Broken doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
I don't know.
In trying to
Other than
bypass the
somebody had
lock,
to get it.
they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
It also proves that they had access to a screwdriver, and that Makoto's thing was still untouched whenever we went there, and it's plastic wrap. So whomever did it had to at least have access to a boy's room.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko's feeling smug. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that what the key point is there? A bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. From here on out, the number of weak points will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they say, but you also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. I'm not having a lot of fun. My wife would died. The door frame. Alright, I can't just go shooting willy-nilly. I need to actually listen to it
The
all.
incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
True.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope.
No, that's wrong. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Thank you, Bear.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
I beg to differ.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Well, they thought it was Sayaka's room, going by the nameplate.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
So the killer didn't know. You're convinced the door was locked, which means the important detail they didn't know was that it took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Then we all die.
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
No talk about.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For serious, man?
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Shoot, Hina.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That was my question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Any attempt would probably have Monokuma attack him with magic spears from the walls, like Junko.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
But she was afraid of something before.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Hifumi, you're making a huge mistake.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Whom are you pointing at? You are next to me. The reason why there's no way Sayaka invited her killer into that room, I already have the answer. Switching rooms. I think that's definitely it.
I got it!
I can just right-click him.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes. Come see me in my room, okay? Sayaka. Check the nameplate, make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? I see.
I found a notepad during my search. and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
It's also named Sayaka.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So who was she trying to lure to the room? And why?
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
So she went and grabbed the knife, lured somebody to the room. Then they hit her with the sword? What was she playing?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Did Sayaka decide to try to kill somebody?
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
But if you're gonna try for an easy target, why isn't... Was it?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Right.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Oh?
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Celeste, please don't hit me with a bus.
Very well then. Pay attention.
The nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
Kerplamo.
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
Which really makes the entire switching process confusing.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Yes.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have. The killer was confused. I didn't do it. Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Something I want to talk to you about, just us two in 5 minutes. Check the nameplates.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Correct.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Which is whom?
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Yes.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The gold.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
We're still missing some pieces. Well, that they were deaf. That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Getting used to these? Start with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you have to combine the right truth bullets to the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and we'll choose which bullet to fire. Press and release to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purpose this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. The sheath, the knife, and the sword. Let's hear what they have to say, because it'll repeat.
When the fighting broke out,
and I can actually
the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt.
It takes a second.
Sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, well. The sheath was damaged. Which means that it wasn't the sword first.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword.
So shoot.
And that's when the first blow was dealt.
Whenever it shows up this way.
The sword-based sneak attack.
No, that's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
So she invited them over, tried to stab them, they grabbed the sheath to defend themselves. Broke her wrist with the actual sword. She ran into the bathroom that she knew how to open. And then they broke into there and stabbed her with the knife. She probably dropped the knife whenever they broke her wrist. I see.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere, then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
So if we're assuming that she tried to kill somebody, who and why them?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her palms. They weren't covered in gold.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
The water was off. It was nighttime.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Shut up.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m.
You get one use of the toilet at nighttime. Use it wisely.
In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh, my.
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
What?
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Stop judging us all, Junko.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
It's been Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Betrayal.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates.
But why waifu betray me?
She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
And if she had done that, and then swapped them back in the morning before Makoto managed to find a dead body in his room, then it would have been his word versus her word. God.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
So you're saying I definitely didn't kill anyone. Thanks, nerd. Catch you there.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
But if she knew that he grabbed the sword, then it was in the room. I guess she just didn't think it would be a problem? Was she overconfident in her abilities to stab someone to death? Weird.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it! Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
But we don't have any clear person that she would target.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
I guess now we have to go into the evidence in the disposal room, right?
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
We have a crystal ball, broken button-up shirt. Is it really all over? Obviously I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Well, there's 2 things left at least, I just said them. Poor Taka's surrounded by dead people. Trash duty, AO's account, and dying message.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
We've got at least 4 minutes.
Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
Hold on. There is still a clue left to clue to who killed her. Sayaka left it behind. Alright.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Boom.
No, that's wrong! There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
Yes, her dining message. She was obviously very hungry, so she started writing things on the wall behind her.
She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
It looks like those first 2 ones are supposed to be connected. Which, if that were the case, that'd make that an N. If that's an N, then Leon.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Her index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Or someone decided to write it, or make it seem like she had. That'd be more complicated, but it's possible.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now...
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Don't be mean to her.
Gray cells are really getting excited now.
That's really easy with you.
But even if that really is an N037 doesn't make any more sense than before.
It's no use, I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you, Kyoko. Rotated. Maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
The killer's name. You.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
So the red hair. There had to have been a reason to clean up the hair color, and it wouldn't have made sense if they had the same color as my characters are blue.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
That's wrong.
Shoot!
So it's not the hair. Okay. Fair. In that case... that shirt piece?
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
Just a little?
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right! There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
The broken crystal ball from the ultimate baseball player.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
What remains of the shirt? Something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. How it was disposed of?
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
I got a piece of heart back from that. So, I'm allowed to mess some things up as long as I get more things right. Okay, good to know.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. It's exactly what proves Leon is the real killer. The ability to throw things. Shattered crystal ball is what I want to go with.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy...
No, that's wrong.
Threw it like a baseball,
Hold
hit the
on.
on button.
I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
Killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was by throwing
I
it.
got it! The
Divine.
killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
If we see any evidence of magic in this game, though, Divine with it, using it as a powerful spell focus that then shattered it after use is oddly possible if we see any evidence of magic.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
So turn the incinerator on. Very strange, but quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
That's one hell of a throw, though.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
It's a hell of a throw.
The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
Wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all because they're the ultimate baseball star. We really want to toss Ifumi and what's-his-face underneath the bus here, don't we?
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
Thank you, Celeste.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument's about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic book using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Closing argument, begin. Finish the thought. I have 10 minutes here. Go to the very beginning. That's the very end. It's a manga. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, we're dropping the knife, burnt clothes, tools, doorknob. Outside of the Sayaka room, which is right there. You. There. Comes inside, tries to attack. Let's see here. He sees something, grabs the thing, defends himself. She tries again, and is there one of her getting hit? No, here it is. There we go. Whack. She's already dropped the knife there. Menacing. Gets into the bathroom. Can't get through the door. Takes a screwdriver to it. Open door. Menace, menace, menace. She writes the name. Okay, he's getting over there now. Finds my lint roller. Finds a thing to huck, which is here. Beans it directly on there, tosses that into the incinerator. Closes the door, walks away. Piece of shirt falls out.
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
It started off as self-defense at the very least for, we're assuming, Leon here. Then he took it to the next step.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt. And that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object?
His attempt to dispose of the evidence is really what got him screwed over, because nobody can get into anybody else's room. So if he had just hidden his shirt somewhere in his own room, then we would all have nothing to go off.
Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object, I object, I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Then give us a case for someone else, please.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I am. I have the evidence. Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you'll engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as a bullet time battle, aka the BTB, BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with a rhythm. Rhythm? This is a rhythm game now? Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the right mouse button to lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the one you've locked onto with the right left mouse as the tempo marker reaches the center. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, some of that is the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and a weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet, like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0, or you run out of time, you fail. Good luck and have fun.
When the killer broke the bathroom doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it.
So right click off beat, left click on beat. Gotcha.
So what did the killer use?
His own screwdriver set.
I refuse to acknowledge you! You're stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Stupid, 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 stupid!
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. You need his kit then. Assuming Mondo told the truth that nobody got into theirs.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie!
This is weird.
Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance!
Okay, wait.
You lie!
Okay.
Where's your proof?
This is weird.
You kidding me? Not a chance!
Okay, so it's not on the off beat, it's on each beat. Gotcha.
Stupid! You lie!
In that case, it's just alternate.
Shut up! You kidding me? Not a chance!
This is easy.
You lie!
Took me a second.
Shut up! Stupid! Where's your proof?
Boom.
This should prove it. The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, It had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
His own. It's the only room he could get into.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
You're not helping.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
His face is melting. Hey. Didn't break 1,000. Yay. Whoa, fuck. 96 medals? That's so many gotchas.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
The Monokuma vote. So many coins. Uh-oh. Looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened, in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
You didn't? Whenever you were defending yourself, but going, grabbing your toolkit, and then grabbing the knife on the floor? Nah. It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind... It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why? Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, That's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
She seemed so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What'd you say?
Phew.
I understand, really, I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I'm sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make your enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh!
Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming her either. Because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
No!
Button. That design really works in 8-bit. Oh god. That's a gun. Wait. That's a pitching machine. That's both right now. Oh god. The 1,000 blows. Pulverize the poor guy. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you even doing all this evil shit to us? Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or, in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through all this grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Shit.
Piece of shit, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning in there. Just like before.
Chills! Kills!
Anyway, let's get to the blackened punishment. That's what everyone's waiting for after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I've said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool. Becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who killed her.
Certainly.
That's one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was... uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. You can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? That's... I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations of you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding, I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1. Close. The end. We've lost 3. Now there are only 12. I got the despair bat. Present. Whom is that a present for? Who could that possibly be a present for? Just dots. It's gone. She really is gone. It's almost like there was never anything there to begin with. Every last sign of Sayaka's existence has disappeared without a trace. It's just like he said. After the class trial, before we took the elevator back up, Monokuma told us.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I almost forgot. Since the class trial is over, I'll go ahead and dispose of all the corpses.
What are you gonna do?
It's okay, no need to thank me. Just seeing your delighted smiling faces is thanks enough for me. After all, nobody wants to look at a rotting corpse every day. That can't be good for your health. I didn't even have time to mourn Sayaka and Junko's deaths. I'm sure that's exactly why he did it. It's a bad joke, a sickening dream, but I have to accept the reality of it all. Headed back to the dining hall to meet up with the others. Sorry I'm late.
So,
Hey, are you okay, Makoto?
Listen to me!
You sure took your sweet time. I was just about to go get you and drag you back here. Sorry. So, what happened? Was your room fixed up like you said? I imagine it would be pretty hard to sleep with a rotting corpse in your bathroom.
Hey, come on.
Jesus, that's fucked up, man. Why would you say something like that? My room was spotless. There wasn't anything left. Like, the whole thing never happened.
I see.
It must be tough staying there, knowing what happened. why don't you just stay in Sayaka's room? Well, staying there with her scent still hanging in the air, that would hurt just as much. Plus, I've decided that I can't turn away from her death. Makoto. Hey, cheer up. Getting depressed isn't gonna help anything, right? If we all work together, I'm sure we'll find a way out of here.
You got it!
So everyone, just try and cheer up and get back on track. Is that honestly supposed to make us feel better? We were already working together, and yet someone was still murdered. Anyone could betray us at this point. Now that it's happened once, it's a question of when, not if, the next one takes place. Yeah, because Sayaka made the first move.
Well...
But if we work together against the mastermind, nobody will have any reason to do something like that.
Stop talking.
Keep telling yourself that. I'll be over here in the real world. Working together, fighting a common enemy? Like it or not, it's not that simple. What do you mean?
Are you okay with this?
The mastermind seems to be much more powerful than we ever expected. They took over Hope's Peak, which was supposed to be well defended, then modified it to fit their desire. They created Monokuma, which seems to be incredibly advanced, and they're providing for every need. And the cherry on top is the execution we witnessed.
Honestly.
Everything has been planned, down to the last excruciating detail. It's not the work of your everyday psychopath. Defying them may be too great of a risk.
So then...
Then what are we supposed to do? Anyone who truly does want to escape will just have to follow the rules. In which case, the only option is to deceive those around you and win the game.
No.
What?
No what?
I can't take it.
I don't want to live, if it means killing someone else to do it. I don't want to kill anyone else.
Huh?
Anyone else? What do you mean?
It's because...
Leon died because we all voted for him, right? It's no different from us killing him ourselves.
But...
So,
If we hadn't voted for him, then we all would have died instead, right? Isn't what you wanted, is it?
So it would seem.
She's right. If you keep that kind of blame on yourself, you'll turn into a full-fledged masochist. Chihiro, listen. You're not to blame. Not you, not Leon, and not Sayaka. The mastermind is responsible for everything that's happened here. We had no choice but to vote. I can't even imagine what would have happened to us if we'd refused. And in the end, it was Monokuma who ultimately killed Leon. So don't waste your anger on yourself. Instead, direct it at the mastermind.
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited.
What do you have against midnight snacks, Bear?
Oh, and one other thing.
What's up?
It was totally obvious before that you were trying to make yourselves feel better and justify what you did. See you, don't see you, see you? That's about how much I can see you, even when you try to hide. Now pay attention and remember this well. The burden of judging others is a heavy one to bear.
Oh, shut up.
So be well aware of your actions. Order and stability rely on the sacrifice and responsibility of everyone. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
What was that just now? Was he saying it's our fault what happened? That's pretty cruel, man.
Don't fuck with me.
Piece of shit, who does he think he is? Monokuma! And so the day drew to a close. A tense, maddening day that saw the deaths of 3 classmates, Sayaka, Junko, and Leon. But this is just the beginning. Our despair has only just begun. Boy's life of despair. Okay. Woke up the next day to Monokuma's normal morning announcement and he called us all to the gym. What's he gonna do to us this time? We were practically frozen with fear, but Monokuma was determined to get us involved in his little game. And with that goal in mind, he began it.
Okay, lift your arms up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now reach way up. and bend way down. Tighten those muscles. Let's add a little strength, a little speed to those young bodies of yours.
Little weird. Doesn't this feel just great? Being stuck inside like this, you gotta make sure to stay healthy. You're the one keeping us stuck inside. Don't sweat the small stuff, that's my motto. Whoa, I sounded pretty cool right now, don't you think? Did you just fall in love with me? Am I just to die for? Am I just to die in breathing agony for?
So?
Why'd you call us here? Certainly wasn't just to make us exercise. Just to make you exercise? Just to make you exercise?
Hey!
If exercise make you laugh, exercise will make you cry. Now, if you keep doing these exercises, you will uncover the secret of the assassin's fist. Passed down from generation to generation in the Empire of Darkness, the power can be yours. That sounds like the kind of junk a middle schooler would come up with. It doesn't matter, just get to the point. Did you really— oh, what the fuck? That was Makoto. Doesn't matter, just get to the point. Did you really call us down here just to exercise?
Hey,
Of course not. You think I have that kind of free time on my hands? Okay, so then— I'd like to make an announcement. Every time you overcome a class trial here at Hope's Peak, a whole new world will open up for you.
What the heck?
Whole new world.
You guys?
It really stuck if you had to live here forever with nothing new to stimulate you. Besides, I know how you kids get these days with your ADD and ADHD. I gotta keep you motivated.
Very nice.
So go ahead, look around all you want. Enjoy the brave new post-trial world till you explode. With that, Monokuma disappeared, leaving us even more confused than when he showed up. But a new world.
Could it be?
Is he talking about a way to get outside?
I wonder about that.
That seems unlikely.
Piece of shit!
Well, we don't know till we look.
Hey.
Whatever he meant, it seems we'll have to search the school one more time.
You hear me?
Okay, let's split up and start investigating. When you're done, everyone meet back at the dining hall and we'll share what we found. You're basically a one-trick pony. You know that?
Got it!
More like a stable food source. Now let's get moving. Seeing his words as their signal, everyone scattered and left the gym. Yes. There's a new something somewhere. Did say opened up, so sure, why not? Hi, Hero.
What the heck?
See what's inside the display case? This is super bad, man. What are you talking about? I didn't notice anything all that weird in there. To the untrained eye, it's nothing, but this is bad. An awful, terrible trap.
We're serious.
That stuff you see lined up there, any god could come by and use it to send a message. Huh? I've been struck with knowledge. It's an ill omen of total devastation and ruin.
Let me out of here!
I have no idea what he's talking about. So maybe I'll just leave him alone. These trophies and other items. Champion stuff probably came naturally to anyone going here. Okay. Right. Weird. Oh. The second floor opened up. Hi. So what's up there? Second floor of the school. Some kind of clue here. It's gotta be something. Check the bathrooms. Just the one? Cleaning supplies. Don't see anything useful. Well, now we have access to some cleaning supplies. Another classroom. A third floor that's closed. This one is green. Hey there, Sakura.
I see.
This must be what he meant by a new world. Should probably take a really close look around. Still nothing on the TV. Shouldn't break it fair. More bolts on the windows. Monokuma coin. I have so many Monokuma coins. Surveillance camera. Same as normal. Is the clock any different? Can't stop looking at the clock. Even if the time was wrong, I wouldn't have any way of knowing. Bunch of windows. And chairs? It's a weird little testing area or something? Weird. The library. 2B. 2A and 2B are really far from each other, compared to the other thing. That looks less like a bear and more like a hog of some kind. Same thing? That one actually looks a little different. On the monitors, I'd love to just smash this stupid thing, but who knows what happened to me if I did. Monokuma is an enemy so far as they're trying to cause everyone else to do something. As much as it sounds wrong, the best thing you could do is just hope that level heads prevail and nobody does anything. Or you figure out some secret way to deal with them, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get access to that until more people die, which defeats the purpose. Hello, everyone beat me here. That letter looks important. I'll save it for later. Pack tight books. Whole thing's incredibly dusty. It's been neglected for a pretty long time. As nice as the school itself is, whoever's in charge of upkeep has been pretty lazy. That's not what I wanted to look at. Must be pretty happy to have all these books around, huh, Toko? Not particularly. Nothing's really caught my attention so far.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, there's a plethora of books, it's true, but the content seems lacking.
You know nothing!
Where's the comic books, the young adult section?
Huh?
Comic books? Young adult? That stuff's a waste of time. I've seen you right, Mrs. Fukawa. Talented as you are, your stuff isn't any more worthwhile.
What the heck?
My stories are filled with true love and pure feelings. Don't compare them to that garbage of yours. Your writing doesn't even mean anything. It's just a bunch of jumbled up letters. Someone should just burn it all. Oh, the young lady doth protest too much, methinks. I bet you're secretly into boy-on-boy action. I don't care if it's anime or comics or fanfic or whatever.
I'm telling you!
It's all filth. Throwaway cultures ought to be trashed and forgotten in half a decade. Just talking about it makes me sick to my stomach. I'm gonna throw up. You've insulted me and my honor. These two are really starting to freak me out. I've never seen anything like it. Do you have something sensical to say? This library's most interesting. What's interesting about it?
Stop talking.
Nothing. I was just thinking out loud. God damn it. You have to be unhelpful. Alone. Desk. A laptop. Pretty old and it's all covered in dust.
So...
It's broken. I tried pressing the power button earlier, but nothing happened. It's broken, huh? Too bad. I was hoping I could use it to go online and see what's going on in the outside world. And if it's broken, there's nothing I can really do about it. Fucking damn it. What the hell's her name? Surfachi. Chihina? Chihiro? Is it Chihiro? Tell me. I just cannot remember her name. Chihiro might be able to help. Okay, Kyoko.
Whew.
Remarkably dusty in here and the lighting's less than ideal. For a library, it's not the kind of place I'd want to do much reading in. There's the letter in the doorway. It's behind the door. It's got an archive. All I saw in there was stacks of old books and files. Can't imagine what business you would have in there. True, I don't really have any reason to check it out. Covered in dust, but on it is a letter. What is this? Hope's Peak Academy.
Indeed.
It was buried under a thick layer of dust. It must have been sitting there for quite a while. Well, shall we see what's inside? But shouldn't we read other people? But we shouldn't read each other's mail without their permission.
Is that right?
What we shouldn't do is leave this here without finding out what's inside. Okay. I broke the seal on the dusty envelope and pulled out the single sheet of paper I found inside. unfolded it and read what was written there. From Hope's Peak Academy Executive Office. Throughout the years, we've been committed to shaping the youth who will one day shape the world. We have a long, proud history as an institution of higher learning with full governmental support. Our graduates enter society ready to take on active leadership roles in every major job field. However, Hope's Peak Academy must now lower the curtain on its glorious history for the time being. This decision was not an easy one to make, but serious issues beyond our control have made it necessary. But make no mistake, this is not the end for Hope's Peak Academy. We intend to reopen our doors as soon as the issues forcing our closure have been resolved. That being said, this is the end for now. And I would like to personally and sincerely thank everyone for your help and support over the years. For now, we are awaiting official governmental authorization to formally cease operations. What does this mean? Contents of this letter are quite interesting indeed.
It would seem
Hope's Peak had stopped functioning as a school, and that letter was covered in dust, so either the dust came really quickly, or this place has been shut down for a while. Judging by the amount of dust the letter had collected, it doesn't seem to have happened recently. I had to guess to say this letter could be at least a year old. So you're saying Hope's Peak had closed down at least a year ago? Most likely the mastermind took over the abandoned school in order to put it on his little performance. But that would mean it was closed when I got here just a few days ago. But I didn't get that sense at all. Plus, if the school had shut down, don't you think it would have been in all the newspapers and stuff? I mean, you're saying it could have happened over a year ago, right? But before I got here, I looked stuff up online about the school and never saw anything about this.
So, in other words...
That must have all been part of the mastermind's plan. They lured us all in here. Someone who could create a place to judge and execute people who could potentially be capable of anything. Of course, that's all assuming that this letter is real.
However...
If it is real, though, that does solve one mystery surrounding the school. The reason there are no other students here could be because the school had already closed down. Nice, simple solution, it's true. But then what about the other part? The decision was not an easy one to make, but serious issues beyond our control made it necessary. Make no mistake, this is not the end for Hope's Peak Academy. We intend to reopen our doors as soon as the issues forcing our closure have been resolved. What do they mean by serious issues? That's apparently why the school had to close. Is there any connection between that and what's happening to us now?
Now,
if the two events are in fact connected, uncovering that connection would be a useful clue, on top of figuring out the mastermind's motive. Although I can't really say any more until we find more details. So in other words, only the mastermind knows the truth right now. The mastermind's motive. If we can figure out why they would want to imprison us all here, will that be enough to get out of here? Or... Anything new to say? Dusty. Okay. Starving for information. If only there was a TV that worked. Cameras everywhere. I can't look at that clock. Well? Packed out with books. Neglected. Okay. So just because it was a new one, it had its own thing? A little weird. I mean, I'll take it. It gives me 100 Monokuma coins. I don't know what they're for, but they're all mine. Okay. So that was that room. It's more or less been investigated as much as it can be. Nothing new in the back room except for cleaning area. Third floor is still locked off. Judging by all the artwork, this has a lot of floors in it. More than 6. So, oh, pool. Hina will be happy about— oh god, that's a Gatling gun.
Just a second!
Oh, Makoto, guess what? Guess what I found? A pool. There's a pool here. A pool. Pool, pool, pool. You don't have to keep repeating it. I got it.
Okay.
And there's a ton of exercise equipment in the locker room. Sakura's gonna go nuts when she finds out. Yeah, you're right about that. Hina seems way more excited than usual. Is that nice? The second floor has opened up. The living area has grown and a number of facilities are now available. Whatever else is going on, I must admit things have been made much more comfortable for us.
Do you understand?
If things continue like this, the occasional class trial may not be so bad. Chihiro? Hey Chihiro, have you checked out the pool yet? No. I don't like wearing swimsuits. Yeah, you do seem like the type who might not be into that kind of thing.
But...
Still, it sounds like the locker rooms here have all the exercise equipment you could ask for. Maybe I'll give it a try. I'd kind of like to get a little stronger. You want to get stronger? I have to say that's kind of unexpected.
Yeah.
But I'm not even brave enough to step foot into the locker room. Huh? You don't even want to go into the locker room? It's not that I don't want to, it's just... I don't get it. Is she afraid of locker rooms or something? Pretty weird phobia. Let's ignore the giant gun on the wall. TV. One of the monitors. Smash it. Give me my coin. Okay, fine. A life preserver. Or a lifesaver flotation donut. Bunch of different pool-related items. And Monokuma coins. Surveillance camera. They're everywhere. Is that a real gun? It's not like we're at war here. Why would we need something like that? Because Monokuma does what they want. What's this? Some kind of card reader? I wonder what it's for. Can't go in here. Behind this door is the locker room. The girls.
This is fine.
A true gentleman will respect our space, yes? Obviously. Some kind of card reader. This one open?
Yeah!
And I guess you need your handbook to get into the locker rooms. Really?
Of course!
Really, really. If you want to unlock her in the locker room, you have to swipe your personal e-handbook across the card reader next to the door. However, to ensure maximum security within each locker room, only a boy's handbook can open the boys' locker room, and the same goes for the girls. And that's the bottom line. But what if someone opens the door and then someone else sneaks in? Anyone who commits such indecency will be punished without mercy for their scandalous sexual depravity. See, there's a Gatling gun mounted on the ceiling, right? And it'll be all ducka 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 ducka.
Just a second.
I bet it really hurt to get shot by that thing. No, I think it'd be a little worse than that. But what happens if someone loans their handbook to someone else? A boy could borrow a girl's handbook, and that would get them into the girls' locker room, would it not? Oh, that never even occurred to me. To think someone could be so low, so cowardly, so devilish. Okay, then how's this sound?
I got it!
Time for a new rule. As of this moment, loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. There. So now nobody can give their handbook to anyone else, right? You like that? I'm kind of a genius, right? It's because my brain is 100% cotton.
Honestly.
I do not imagine anyone would have lent their handbook out in the first place.
Is that okay?
After all, they would likely be held responsible for anything that person might do using the handbook.
So,
But, you know, you seem awfully concerned with all this locker room security stuff.
Of course!
It's because all you teenagers are sex-crazed maniacs. You're at that age you try humping a plastic bottle. To try to keep anything unseemly from happening, to keep anything unseemly from happening, I have to maintain a rigorous watch. Then in that case, I would ask that you keep the same close eye on our dorms. If some man or some woman decided to share a room, there would be nothing to stop them. All I care about is protecting the holy image of the school itself.
Disgusting.
I don't care what happens in your private dorms. By force or by cunning, do whatever you want.
Just the worst.
I hate you so much.
See ya later!
Okay, so the new regulation is now in place. See ya! Man, that stupid bear totally ruined my mood. Maybe I'll go take a dip to cheer myself up.
You got it!
Celeste, Chihiro, you wanna come with me?
As for me...
There is nothing I hate more than getting water on my face.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'll pass this time. How come? When you're in a funk, there's nothing better than a good swim to pull you out of it. I'm pretty sure that only applies to you. Anyway, now I have a pretty good idea what's on the second floor. But I didn't see anything that might lead to any kind of exit or anything. We didn't go in the locker room. All I can do now is hope someone else found something worthwhile. Better head back to the dining hall as soon as possible, but I want to go in the locker- No! Damn you game mechanics.
Listen to me!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, how'd it go? Did anyone discover any interesting new anything?
Yes, indeed.
There's a library.
Okay.
And a pool. A frickin' pool. And locker rooms filled with exercise equipment.
Well,
There was not, however, anything resembling an escape route. Yeah, she's right.
I see!
Well, hey, there's no reason to get all sulky. Wait till you hear about my amazing discovery.
Quiet down and listen!
The warehouse and bathhouse on the first floor of the warehouse and bathhouse on the first floor of the dorms are now open.
You hear me?
And the warehouse is chock full of food, clothes, whatever you want. There's so much it's insane. Go ahead and stuff yourself to the gills whenever you feel like.
Are you okay with this?
Keep in mind, of course, that going out at nighttime is still prohibited. Please do not forget.
Yo.
Okay, what about a fucking way out of here? You find anything like that?
What?
There wasn't anything in the warehouse that we could use to get our asses out of here. Nothing. Unfortunately, no. Not that I saw.
Hey, come on.
You fucking people.
What?
Who gives a shit if we have a goddamn pool now, or a warehouse, or whatever the fuck?
Stop fucking around.
We're still trapped in this piece of shit school. We need to find a goddamn way out. No, there is no point in taking your anger out on us. Adaptation is the key, yes? For now, we must each find a way to enjoy our current situation.
You piece of...
Whatever you say, you fucking loon. For now, let's just continue our investigation and let everyone know if you should discover something.
So then...
So, are we done for today?
Yeah.
I guess so. The air seemed to suddenly grow heavy again. Was this the mastermind's plan to give us hope just to turn around and betray it?
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then. Sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
We all promised not to leave our rooms during nighttime. There's not much else to do. I guess I'll just go to bed. Mr. Monokuma, do you have a second? I don't really like myself. I don't have any kind of skill or hobby I can say I'm super good at. And my grades are totally average too. My reflexes are okay. Not great, not awful. I could get into a decent college where I'd make a few friends, maybe even find a normal girlfriend. Which is exactly why I don't like who I am. I understand that now. My life is just one giant copy-paste. I don't have any imagination. I'm a perfectly average cardboard cutout.
You see what I mean, right, Mr. Monokuma?
Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine! Get ready to greet another beautiful day! Oh, that's right. I wanted to let you know that your e-handbooks have been updated.
Oh.
New regulations have been added, so please take a look and enjoy your school life more than ever before.
New rule has been added. Must be referring to yesterday, loaning your e-handbook to another student is just strictly prohibited. Right, I need to hurry up and head to breakfast. Let's see if I can make it to the free time event, and that's where I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. Because apparently I have 100 Monokuma coins I need to spend, and that's not exactly a instant thing that happens. Especially given that right now I'm not too worried about copies, so that's 100 little gotchas. My brain's gonna melt by the time I'm done.
Hey, Makoto.
Hi there, Hina. Good morning. Is everyone here already?
Yo, yo, yo!
Nope, still waiting on Byakuya and Taka. Byakuya is no surprise, but it's strange Taka's not here yet. Knowing Taka, I imagine he's trying to get the King of Tardiness up and out of bed. I'm sure they'll be here soon enough. Just be patient.
Let's see.
I don't mind waiting for them, but there is one problem. Which is... I'm thirsty.
Hey, come on.
How the hell's that a problem? Ifumi, would you make me some tea? Milk tea, if you please.
Well...
Why me?
Let's see.
Your roundish figure reminds me of the owner of the coffee shop I used to frequent. That's serious?
This is fine.
I can feel my throat drying out. Quickly, please. Apparently unable to refuse her order, Hifumi skulked his way into the kitchen. After a few minutes later... Thank you for waiting. Hifumi reappeared, a tray in hand, a gentle aroma growing stronger as he approached. Finally. You could have made some for the rest of us, you know.
There's no way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
I emphatically decline. You're not my type at all. It's all about the law of causality, basic instinct to act and react. Well then, if you don't mind. A small smile played across her lips as she held the teacup delicately in her hand.
Oh!
Wait. She cocked her head to the side, and threw the cup as hard as she could at the wall.
What?
What the? Hey, what are you doing, my little white rabbit? Fuck you, dude. I hate this kind of tea. I don't understand.
Yes, indeed.
Imagine we are at the coffee shop, just any normal everyday cafe. I sit down and I order some tea. And then they then ask me, would you like lemon or milk? Now, further imagine that I replied, oh yes, I would like milk tea, please. In that case, along with my tea, they may bring me a small container of milk, yes? But this is not for me. I am among those who prefer the milk to be part of the process from the outset. The fragrance is just so overwhelmingly sweet that way. Adding milk or lemon right before you drink is like dousing your fries in ketchup, mere condiments. Whenever looking for a cafe, I first review the menu and see if it offers the proper style of milk tea. And I cannot acknowledge any milk tea that does not add the milk during the brewing process. If I had to describe our shared reaction of what we just heard, I'd have to go wide-eyed bewilderment. I went to all that trouble to make you that tea, and you wanted me to go even farther? Yes, I realize it can be a bit of a hassle. Even in cafes that offer proper milk tea, it is always more expensive than simple tea with milk. It takes more time to prepare, surely, but... why even bother creating a menu if you're not going to offer the highest level of quality? We don't actually have a menu.
You little bitch!
Alright, calm down with this side. That does not matter, hurry up and bring me what I ask for, swine.
Say what?
Fucking broke him right in half, didn't you, Celeste? I mean, it wasn't that hard, but still. Okay, your little piggy will bring it right out. I do so love coercion. We're like a totally different person just now.
Shit.
You really went psycho there. I knew there was more to her when I first met her. I'd hate to have her as an enemy. Seriously, she's one scary chick. Dining hall doors flew open and one of the later rivals came storming in. But... bad news, everyone. There's a mystery afoot.
Huh?
What happened? It would seem Byakuya refuses to leave his room. I stood there pressing his doorbell over and over, but he never showed himself. Maybe he just wasn't there.
I think maybe...
I'd like to think so, but I'm worried something might have happened to him. What do you mean by that? He didn't have to say anything else. Everyone understood exactly what that might mean. It might be a good idea if we all split up and go look for him.
Listen to me!
I was just about to suggest the same thing.
What's your problem?
Stop trying to one-up everyone. Okay, I'll go check his room one more time. I'm just gonna keep on hammering that button until I get a response.
Well then.
Very well. The rest of us can go check the rest of the building. Yeah, before it's, you know, too late. Anyway, we just have to do our best to find Byakuya. So where might he have gone? Maybe he went to go check out the second floor again. Hey, Celeste. Aren't you gonna help look for Byakuya? I have not had my tea yet. Huh?
As for me...
Until my thirst is satisfied, I have no urge to do anything. If you're in a hurry, feel free to motivate Hifumi to move faster. Okay. But aren't you being kinda selfish? Thanks for not asking me to do it. Hey! Is he in here trying to make tea? No, he ran off. No, he is. dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Naegi, what's going on? Well, nobody's seen Byakuya this morning, so we've all decided to go look for him.
What?
It's not good at all.
However...
This little piggy needs to... I have a holy edict to deliver a proper milk tea to my master. My god, she broke you directly in half. She didn't have much of a hard time doing it either. To bless this undeserving swine with such an honor. I'll serve you with all my heart and soul. Okay, good luck with that. If Fumi's created some weird alternate reality for himself. Alrighty then. I would like to back away. You win. Bath. The bathhouse is now open. Hi there, Mondo. There's the door. Massage chairs? They're just there now. Lockers. One of them's unlocked, but I don't see anything inside. Only thing there. Okay. Howdy, Mondo.
Yo.
How's it going? You find him? No.
Hey, come on.
Shit, man. Where'd the hell did he go? He's got his head stuck so far up his ass, who knows what's going on with him. Figured maybe he was taking a bath or something.
By the way.
What about you? You a morning bath kind of guy?
Hell yeah.
After spending all night riding your hog, wind up in your wind in your face, there's nothing better than a morning dip. Hot water loosens you up and the heat of your soul gets your heart and body pumping. Sure thing. I'll have to take your word for all of that.
What?
What? You don't know what I'm talking about? Fucking nerd.
Hell yeah.
Guys gotta expose themselves to each other, you know? Come with me next time, you'll see. I'll think about it. It's not like you've been riding your hog here in the school, right? Let us just leave. Quickly, Makoto. Bathtub's huge. It has an actual little sauna room. Okay. What's this? Heat source for the sauna? Anything else? Nope, just that. Okay. So we have a sauna, a bathhouse. We have a communal bathhouse and we have showers in our rooms. Something for everyone, I guess. Yeah, very thoughtful. Now there's a warehouse somewhere down here too. Yeah. I don't think it's over here anywhere. Nope. Okay. Zoom! Hyperspeed! You're open now. Oh, the things. Hey, Taka. Ha! Seemed keen to search this area as well, Makoto. But you're one step too late. I've already finished my investigation and there was no trace of him here.
You hear me?
An army march is on its stomach, so they say.
In other words...
So I thought maybe he would come here to have his fill. We must all eat. Eat until there is nothing left to eat.
You understand?
Anyway, now is no time to get discouraged. We must head somewhere to continue our search. Yeah. I think everyone's losing their minds. Surveillance camera. These cameras that watch people die. As much as it gets on my nerves, I better leave it alone. Yes, you should. Fridge Sayaka mentioned? Stuff with food and drinks. The fridge Sayaka mentioned? Yeah. But Sayaka would have never seen this. Do you mean Sakura mayhaps? One of the monitors. If I break it, Monokuma might do terrible things. All kinds of stuff. More stuff. All the stuff. Give me my coins. Stuff. Alright, fine. This second floor is still closed. Get anything from his room? Any lucky, Ina? It's no use, I keep banging on his door and nothing. Come on already, open up! Careful, you're gonna bust the door down hitting it that hard. Relax, this is nothing compared to what Sakura could do. She's really awesome, you know. If she really wanted to, she could tear this door to shreds. I see. She is the ultimate martial artist. She might actually be able to do it. I've been knocking long enough. I think I can say for sure he's not here. I think you're right. I'm gonna go look around for him. Okay, good luck. Well, if Sakura's the only one who could possibly actually get through one of these doorways. For one, I don't think that she could, given that our tablets can withstand like 10,000 pounds of pressure. Those doors are probably really sturdy. But even if she somehow knew the secret, it's Sakura. I honestly don't think that she would be one to fall into the killing things. That would just be wrong. Like, way out of what I've seen of the character. Then again, Sayaka tried to kill somebody, so... what do I know? Have you seen anything, Mr. Camera? No? Alright. Let's warp upstairs. I keep hitting the wrong button. Zoom. Chihiro? Hey, Makoto. Did you find Byakuya?
I'm sorry.
No, I didn't see him anywhere. I see.
But...
somehow Kyoko figured out where he might be. Huh?
you know?
She's so amazing. She's cool, smart, and she seems really tough. She's definitely smart, that's for sure, but tough? Compared to, say, Sakura or even Hina, she doesn't seem all that different from Chihiro. Is it weird to compare them like that?
Oh.
Well, I think that she was talking about mental toughness here, Makoto. Hello.
Hey.
See, you'd have to come here too. Hmm?
So...
If you think about what Byakuya was so interested in yesterday, you can probably guess where he is right now, right? What was he interested in again? That. Maybe in the, record room? I opened the door to the library and looked inside. I cried out in sudden surprise. Byakuya? Of all the things I'd imagined, this most definitely wasn't one of them.
Hey, what are you doing?
Reading.
I'm fishing. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm trying to read, so if you could be quiet.
Oh, sorry. Wait, no! What are you doing here? Everyone's super worried. We've all been looking for you.
Who asked you to do that?
Because we're all supposed to meet up in the morning and eat together. We made a promise.
Actually, Tuck, I just kinda told everybody they were doing it and everyone went along with it.
A promise? Can't I get a second's peace and quiet around here?
Byakuya snapped his book shut and slowly stood up, smooth and silent as a shadow. Meanwhile, the others must have heard me yell and started showing up one after another.
Yo!
Byakuya, so this is where you've been hiding. The heck are you doing here, man? You're very concerned. Well, you had no reason to be. I was just reading. I've never read such a coarse novel before, but it might prove useful at some point.
Well...
What were you reading? A mystery novel.
Well...
So are you gonna use what you're learning in there to betray us? Don't be stupid. Yeah. It's just something to keep in mind. What?
Naturally.
If I decided to fight, of course I'll come up with something original. Otherwise this game of ours will be totally boring, right? It's not often you get to take part in such a high-stakes, high-tension activity. So if you're gonna do it, you have to make sure it's entertaining. His words sent a chill down my spine. There was an undeniable smile on his face as he spoke. It looked like he was actually enjoying himself. Enjoying this deranged killing game.
Damn you!
Fuck do you mean game? That's fucked up. But it is a game. It's a game of life or death, which can only have one winner. That's all there is to it. He is right. It's a zero-sum game. Huh?
Are you okay with this?
It is a part of game theory, a mathematical model. In game theory, what we are going through now is called a zero-sum game. In this type of game, in order for one person to gain something, another must necessarily lose something. In other words, it's a situation in which participants must compete for position or resources.
I see.
You mean like a kind of elimination match?
Actually,
Entrance exams, sports tournaments, job openings, most social interactions fall into this category. Everyone must scramble to obtain something that which is limited. For you to succeed, something else must fail. This also applies to the school life we have been subjected to here. In this case,
is that okay?
our limited resource is that only one of us can successfully become the Blackened.
So in other words...
So this game was designed from the beginning to force one of us to try and defeat all the others. That can't be what they had in mind. This is why adaptation is so crucial. If those who want to escape were to disappear, there would be no reason to continue playing the game.
What?
Why would I want to stop playing? It's so much fun. He smiled again as he spoke. His smile was full of evil intent. It twisted his face into something not human. It sounds as if you do not acknowledge even the possibility you may lose. Am I right?
Naturally.
Of course. You do not speak like the others. Exactly what I expect from the Tokami heir apparent. It's just normal arrogance, isn't it?
Just a second!
You talk like that, but what if you end up dead?
Not possible.
I won't. It simply isn't possible.
You son of a bitch!
Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, I still just can't believe it.
What?
Believe what? That an uneducated, brain-dead, useless piece of garbage like you has survived this long.
Piece of shit!
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Like I said, I won't die. You keep saying that, but... Do not bother arguing with him. For him the concept of losing simply does not exist. He is the ultimate affluent progeny, after all, a boy raised to succeed from the day he was born. He considers victory his destiny, and has lived his life accordingly. No one has ever just broken part of a chair and beat him in the head with it. Tests and challenges are merely ways for him to stand victorious, even if it is a life and death situation. Is that not so, Byakuya? At least one of you seems to understand.
Isn't it wonderful?
It is because I am the same as you. Games are meant to be won.
That's enough.
Are you trying to suggest we're on the same level? Close that vulgar mouth of yours.
Oh!
Well, I do apologize. Anyway, let me just say this to all of you. You all need to try harder. If an opponent isn't going to give their best, where's the fun for me?
No.
That's a terrible way to look at it.
What?
It's because...
This isn't a game. Our lives are on the line, you know. To kill your own friends is...
It's horrific!
Friends. Who decided that?
Huh?
We're not friends. No. Quite the opposite. We're in competition. We're enemies.
But...
You know...
What?
But what? Stop trying to force your contradictions on me and just accept what I'm telling you.
Come on.
Yeah? If you have something to say it. Otherwise, keep your mouth closed.
I'm sorry.
Stop fucking around!
Hey, shithead, you get off on bullying people that can't fight back? You wanna try that on me? So you're back to pretending to be friends, huh? And how long do you think that's going to last?
Piece of shit!
Fuck you.
What?
Is that all you can say? It's unfortunate you would waste your breath on such empty gibberish.
You son of a bitch!
That's it, you're fucking dead.
Just a second!
Hold on, just calm down.
Piece of shit!
I am calm. How is this calm? Anyway, I don't have any intention of working with the rest of you any longer. To cooperate during an elimination game is... well, frankly, it's a waste of time. And I hate wasting my time. Waste of time?
Not possible.
Engaging in friendly group meals is out of the question. Someone could easily poison our food. I'd rather not become part of the Last Supper just yet.
Shit.
Quit talking like you're in a fucking movie or something.
Goodbye.
All I'm saying is that, ultimately, you're all free to do whatever you want on your own. Goodbye. Without a second glance back, Byakuya left. There wasn't anything we could do to keep him from going. His way of thinking was just beyond anything the rest of us could even comprehend.
But...
Was he serious about all that? He was. without a doubt.
Don't fuck with me.
Fuck him then.
Maybe.
But what he said, he might not necessarily be wrong. I mean, can you say for sure that someone won't poison our food? Hey, come on. You too, Toko?
Anyway.
It's not like anyone would even care if I was gone, right? Actually, I bet you all want me gone. You all think I'm disgusting. Actually, no, I think you're very rude to people. None of us think that.
I'm telling you!
You just think you don't think that. I know some people like to play the victim, but this is just totally out there. You think I don't know, but I do. You want me gone.
What the heck?
And I'm sure the rest of you want the same thing, don't you? Toko, wait! Just let her go. When she gets going like that, there is nothing you can say to bring her back. Ultimately, our breakfast meeting came to an end without answering any questions. Everyone headed back to their rooms. I'm tired already, but I don't have time to take even one day off. I need to get myself going. Free time! Ha! That's not the right button. This is. Time to save the game. Alright. So we discovered that Sayaka tried to pin me for murder. Because... ow. And Leon has now also died. With an even number of students now, it could come down to the final killing if nobody else dies a Monokuma death. If this cycle just continues, there will be a winner, technically. Ugh. At the very least, when there were 3, you could never manage that. So oddly, if someone else dies to a Monokuma cause, or if multiple people die in a thing, it somehow makes it to where there's less likely to be just someone punching each other to death as an ending, which sounds wrong. But I'm gonna go spend all my Monokuma toys coins because I have so many and I don't know what to do with them. But I'm gonna do that off screen. So, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. And until next time, be seeing you.